Hello, all. It is Thursday, July 9th, 2020. My name is Doris, and this is the Knit and Pearl Podcast, episode 202. Hello, MOJO. In social media, I am. In social media, I am One Fine Cow, all spelled out. On Ravelry and Twitter, I am One Fine Design, the number one on Facebook and Etsy. And I am Doris M. Smith, all lowercase and smooshed together on Instagram. By the way, my Instagram got hacked, and there was a bunch of people that got notifications that I did something with their pictures, but I didn't. And I changed my password, so hopefully, maybe if y'all got that same thing, you need to change your passwords too. Just saying. I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't do it on purpose. This podcast has a Ravelry group, which is the Knit and Pearl Podcast group. You do not have to remember any of the stuff I just said, because in the handy dandy down bar below is a link to the show notes, a link to the Ravelry group, and in the show notes at the top of the screen under the video is clickable links to all my social media. You can go click and follow me there. And I promise I'll try not to be hacked too much. I do a Ravelry group birthday shout out, and since I haven't podcasted in almost a month, we will be doing birthday shout outs from June 16th to July 15th. It's a big one, so hold tight. We have, let me get this over here. JV2, her birthday was on the 18th of June. We have Anvitasena 1. I know I didn't say it perfectly right. Her birthday was on 6/20. Pocketses, her birthday was on 6/20 as well. T Weeks 9394. Her birthday was on the 22nd of June. Nitpicky and PA, her birthday was on the 28th of June. And we have Sally Rollins, her birthday was on the 30th of June. Pickles 58 was on July 3rd. Angel Eyes 7664, her birthday was on the 6th of July. Knit Crochet Mad, her birthday was on the 7th of July. Purple 711, her birthday will be on Saturday, the 11th. And Jealous, her birthday's on the 12th of July. So happy birthday, you all. I hope that you did have or will have a wonderful birthday, that you got good gifts, fibery and all, and that you got to spend time with friends and family, whether that be virtual or not. Happy birthday. And I hope that you enjoyed your version of a birthday cake. So, Story of the Week and Stash Enhancement. It's been a month. So, what happened was the week that I should have podcast, I was getting ready to go on a camping trip. So packing and organizing and doing that stuff. And prior to the camping trip, Ted had a bad bout of diverticulitis again. So that was kind of stressful and weighing down, and then getting better and getting ready. So I didn't do it. I thought I would do it the following week. Well, that week came and I just didn't have it in me. My hours at work have increased. I'm doing almost full-time hours now. So after working a month of getting maybe half days for over a month to going back full-time, it kind of puts a little toll on this 60-year-old body, you know? Anyway, we also had a wonderful 4th of July, spending it with the kids and their kids, and in the pool and in their pool, because our pool is gone. End of an era. So, as far as stash enhancements, Facebook got me. I got a black and white cow yarn bowl. This came from Hobie. Yeah, it was a Facebook ad and I couldn't resist it. I just couldn't. And it was priced reasonably, so I got it and I love it. Another thing that happened in the 2 months since I podcast last. So Ted got me a beautiful birthday gift, but it came from China and we didn't get it until let me look. We ordered it on the 29th of April and we did not get it until it was the 12th of June. But here it is. It came all the way from China by boat. This was my birthday present for my 60th birthday. Is it not the most beautiful thing you ever saw? I love it. Every time I walk into my room, I feel like a princess. And you see it's got little jewels and it's beautiful. I love it so much. It is very comfortable. So that's all of the stuff that I have brought into this room. So we'll get into the very minimal finished objects. I got, this is called a crochet tulip bag. There are links in the show notes to the tutorial to make this bag. This yarn is some Red Heart Super Saver artist print. To me, this yarn looks like Monet. So pretty. It's very plasticky, but I figured, it would be good for a bag. And this would be like maybe a tote bag or a beach bag, but you're obviously not going to be able to put small things in it because these holes are pretty big and things would fall out. Pencils and keys and stuff might fall out, but and you can do this and have it as a open. Isn't that pretty? Yeah. So I enjoyed it, but I don't like the way there's a big bump there where that is strapped to it, so I didn't like it. And it might have been just user error, but see that? I didn't like that. So I remembered that I had some Red Heart ombre in a beautiful color that would make a beautiful bag. So I made another one. Is that pretty? Well, and I told you I didn't really care for the way that the straps attach, so I made some beaded straps to go on, and they just attach with a what do you call it, lobster claw. So pretty. And I made a little butterfly charm to hang on it. So pretty. I think I'm going to put this in my Etsy store or on Facebook Marketplace to sell because, it's pretty and I probably would never use it, so maybe somebody would get some use out of it. As a beach bag or just a tote bag or a regular purse. There it is. That is all of my finished objects. So, not very many works in progress either. So, let me take a little sip. I got a little herbal tea. And I just dribbled. Hopefully it didn't get on my top. So but speaking of staining your top, working in healthcare during COVID, in between each patient, all the equipment gets bleached down. We use like Clorox bleach spray stuff. Everything gets sanitized between patients, but it also means that some of our clothes have been stained. I've got a spot on my pants. It's not a big one. You probably can't even show you. No. But yeah, bleached out. I got one of my pretty new tops. Pink. Has got white spots on it. Blah. Whatever. We're well, and we're not spreading it, so that's what counts. So, I also have a hoe, a half-finished object. Shortly after the last podcast, I started another sock. And I knit it in a couple of days. And I haven't started the second one. That's just, I put that on there to mark where I started the decreases. It's pretty. This is the Rose City Rollers sock. Free pattern on Ravelry by Mara Catherine Briner. The yarn is Barocco sock in the color 1463, and I'm using US 2 Clover Takumi double point needles. I haven't started the second one. Like I said, I started this after the last podcast, and yeah, I haven't started the second one. But isn't it pretty? Followed the pattern accordingly. I did, I think, 1.5 inches before I started the heel flap and gusset. That's that, hopefully. I'll get my MOJO going and get this second one cast on. No other new projects. I did a little bit of work on the other ones that have been sitting in my whips on the show notes. I just took them off for now because I'm not working on the blanket, the Captive Heart blanket. What else? There was one other thing that I took off because I'm not working. Oh, the log cabin. Right there. Hasn't been touched. This thing over here that was supposed to be a leg warmer hasn't been touched. But anyway, they're no longer on my whips list. The Elena shawl or wrap, which is a free pattern on the Premier Yarn website. There's a link in the show notes to that. Sorry. The yarn I'm using is the Premier Bloom in the, what color? Peony colorway. Here's how much I have left. And I'm not sure if I moved the marker. I believe I did, and that's how much I've gotten done, which it's a little bit, and let me show. I'm losing the stitches, but it's okay. It's just crochet, right? Try to pull up a loop. So this is how much I've gotten done. It's a fun pattern. It really is a fun pattern, but the problem is I haven't wanted to work on anything. Nothing. So I might have to break into the second ball of bloom. I don't know if this is going to work out as big as I would like for it to be. I don't know. So hopefully my mojo will kick back up and I'll be able to get some more things done and feel excited about working on. It's not that I'm hot or anything, because it's kind of chilly in here most times with the air conditioner blowing out from under here. That's not the reason. It's just simply with the way things are going with the world and with all the chaos and all the arguing and all this silly stuff happening and COVID and people arguing about whether to wear masks or can we all just get along? Do we all have to wear a mask? You know, there's so many differing opinions, and I've heard a lot of doctors opposing and whatever. Oh, my lights are going crazy. Sorry about that. So anyway, that's the reason. One last thing, I did do some work on my super summer sweater by Hoki Locatelli. It's a paid for pattern. And I am using Himalayan Everyday Viking, and I'm using US 4 needles, my 4mm US 6 Addy Turbo 40-inch circulars in my bag by Jane Wine Designs. Love, hope, faith. It's beautiful, it's big, and it was reasonably priced, and it came with a little bag. So, without further ado, let me show you what I've gotten done. I have forced myself to work and make a couple rows every so often just to have some progress. And I'm not sure if I moved the marker since the last time you saw it. I don't know. But yeah, I think I probably didn't, and I was like right here in the brown and I'm up in the pink. I got 7 of 9 inches before I get ready to do a split hem. How about I show you it right side up? Here it is. And I am doing color control so that we have nice stripes instead of doing the stripes. The yarn is actually doing the striping. Again, there's nothing wrong with this. It's just that I just haven't felt like working on anything. This is the longest sweater I've ever... This should be done, but I don't feel like messing with yarn and needles, and so I'm making myself work on it because, and then last night when I picked it up, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed knitting it, and you know, so I'm moving this right now. So that's all I got. No spinning. There's a link in the bottom to my Etsy store. You could go over, have a look around, like a few things. I would appreciate it very, very much. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It's a little channel, I know, and I don't do major stuff, but I enjoy sharing what I do with you and hopefully giving you ideas and, you know, doing a little enabling with different things. So that's all I have this week. It's a short one. So thank you so much for watching. I will try to get back to you before a month, this next coming up, barring anything happening. Say a quick prayer for Ted. He's having having a colonoscopy on the 25th of August, and possibly a bowel resection after that. So keep us in your thoughts and prayers. And I would thank you so much. And I will see you in 2 weeks for the next episode of the Knit and Purl podcast. Bye, you guys.